Hey YouTube, this is Off Hook Outdoors. I'm Ted, your host. Today's video, we're going out doing some bass fishing. I just went down, set up the cameras on the boat. I'm gonna head back to the house and grab some rods, and then we'll explain to you what we're doing today. It's been a little rough, but last night we went out and caught some fish. We found some schooling fish feeding on some golden shiners against a wall. So my dad and I went out last night, and we ended up catching a bunch of them, but my dad ended up catching the biggest. Ace had one on, a nice one, about a 3.5 pounder, but it spit the hook at the boat. So they're out there, but we have an algae bloom on the lake, so it's making it a little tough, and we had a cold front come in yesterday. So we're gonna go out, we're gonna go try to find them. So come along, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, well, we're going to come over here to the Placino rod rack, and hey guys, I recommend you get one of these racks. They hold 24 rods. I don't have it full today. I have some other rods in the closet, but we're going to pick some rods off the Placino rod rack this morning, and then it just makes it real easy to keep them all in order, keep them in one spot, especially up here with all the kids and stuff running around. We like to keep everything in order as much as possible. But that Placino rod rack is an awesome addition this year that we got. So make sure you go over to my description and check out the Placino link. Pick yourself up one of these. Alright, we're going to pick some rods and we're going to head down to the boat. Alright, so I got 7 rods. They're set up, and I'm going to have to make some changes on them. So we're going to head down to the boat, and I will show you what I'm going to change and what I'm going to use today. So stay with us. Alright guys, so there's a bunch of dew and moisture on the boat, so I always wipe it off with the rag, set it up here to dry off. And so I got a bunch of rods here. I'm going to keep the frogs on. I used a fluorescent pink frog last night. I have my brown spro frog on one. I always keep this tied on. This is like a must-have on my boat at all times. I keep this frog on. We had a couple blow-ups last night on it, but nothing. We caught all our fish off of a wall over across the lake. We had some golden shiners schooling up against there, and I think the fish were pushing them against the wall, and they were feeding on them. So we were throwing Senkos, and I was throwing a ripper bait over there, and we caught a bunch of fish. Nothing real big. My dad catching the biggest one out of the bunch, which was cool. But Ace had a really nice one. He had about a 3.5, 4 pounder on, and it jumped up about 10 feet away from the boat and spit the hook. So that was unfortunate, but it was still a sign of what they're doing. We only had a few blow-ups in the mats in the grass yesterday. So then we went over to the wall where I normally catch smallmouth at, and we caught a few largemouth, small ones. So it's tough. We have an algae bloom on the lake. The water's a little cool. It's about like 70, 74. I thought it would be a lot warmer this week, but we had a cold front up here come through yesterday or the day before. So it's a little tough right now. So I don't know if it's going to be a low and slow thing, but I got some top water stuff. I got my frogs. So we're going to rig it up now and I'll show you what I'm using. I also have a drop shot as well, and I'm going to keep that drop shot on there. I have the Mismo Candy Apple. So we have the brown Spro Frog, which is staying on. And let me get the drop shot here. And we're using a straight drop shot tungsten weight from Angler Tungsten. We're using a VMC swivel drop shot hook, and then I have a Mismo Candy Apple color on there. It's like a scorpion tail. I really like that bait. I have pretty good luck with that. So if you watched any of the videos, you saw my last video, or a couple videos ago, I caught a really nice one that I entered the chain flint tournament on that drop shot. So we're going to keep this one on because we don't know what's going to happen today. So we're going to do a lot of searching today and moving around and and seeing what they're hitting on. Okay, so that is the one bait there that we're going to be using. Then I got, obviously you guys all know, I don't go anywhere without my Senko rod and my Senko, my pig stick or my Senko on it. Let me get this off of here. This is twisted. Okay, so we got the black and blue flake rigged with the Gamakatsu wide gap red hook with the O-ring. Fishing at wacky style. There's a lot of weeds in here, so wacky style's tough, but you got to pick and choose your spots. So that's going to be one of the rods that we're using today as well. I actually have to put some more line on that. I'm losing some line. We got the fluorescent pink Spro Frog. That may get changed out to white today. I haven't caught a fish on it yet. I have had some blow-ups, but I haven't caught a fish on it. Okay, so our next rod is my St. Croix rod, my Corrado reel, and we're going to keep the bone colored chug bug on, and that is I have it rigged especially with the split shot on the back of it. We're going to try that out this morning as well. That's almost like a staple as well on my boat. I like to keep a chug bug tied on, so we're going to keep that on. So we got that covered. Next one is going to be my Abu Garcia Vengeance rod with the Whopper Plopper, and this is a perch colored Whopper Plopper right now, so we're going to try that one as well. Sometimes they don't want the chug bug, sometimes they want something moving, so we got that rigged up with the Abu Garcia Pro Max reel. So we're going to keep this rigged up right now. Stuff is going to change probably because it's a tough bite out there right now, and we're just trying to figure it out again. This whole year, all year, has been pretty tough up here. We've done okay, but not like in the recent years. Now, they sprayed the weeds as well, so we were fishing over in the weeds, and I don't think we were in the right areas yesterday because we were fishing brown dead weeds, yeah, with low oxygen in them. So we were getting blow-ups by the green lily pads, and where there was a transition between the brown and the green, I think those fish are staying where the green weeds are because there's more oxygen. So that might be something we key on and something we have to do this weekend. So my next rod is going to be, I have my ripper, my white ripper bait with the tungsten Eclipse head on it. I got my Mojo Bass cranking rod, my mid crank rod, and I have a Daiwa on here, the CC80. So this is going to stay on for now, but there's so many weeds out there, it's hard to throw this bait. I tried throwing it yesterday and I just got a bunch of weeds on it. So I'm excited though. We're going to go out and try to find them. It's a challenge. We're going to go out there and try to figure out the puzzle and the mystery of this lake right now. So come along with us. We're going to head over to, we're going to head over to where we caught those fish yesterday along that wall. We're going to try to see if there's anything still over there, and then we're just going to jump around the lake a little bit. So yeah, this is going to be a searching video. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning right now, so it's not prime time. I had to take care of some stuff early this morning, so, and I wanted to sleep in a little bit today too. I worked yesterday. So come along with us, guys. Let's go fishing. Alright guys, we're going to start here because there are some boats over by that wall, so maybe they know about the fish being there as well. So we're going to start right here. I'm going to see what happens. Got the trolling motor down. Let's see if we can't start this area. We'll work down to the wall, and then we are going to go over and check out some smallies, and then we're going to go over to that wall once they move. All right guys, stay with us. All right guys, so this is a shady area right here along the bank. This goes up towards that wall, so I'm throwing the chug bug in the shady area here on the top. So we're going to see if there's any top water activity right now. Now it's a little late for the top water, but we're going to still try it out and work this bank up to the point. Throw that point a little bit, and like I said, today we're just going to be moving around the lake and seeing what we can find, and we may change some things up. I might put a small crankbait on my mid crank rod and see if that does anything, because there's some rock and weeds. Now I don't like throwing that around all the weeds, so it'll be on weed lines. So we'll see what happens, guys. Stay with us. I'm doing this throwing this chug bug. I've been throwing it for a while now, but I've only had one little fish come up and tap it. Nothing come up to commit and blasting it. So we're going to throw a little bit more. I'm going to go back to my Senko, of course. All right guys, so we're working our way up the shore. You can see the mat on this shoreline in front of that wall where I normally fish. So that's about 3 foot of water where them weeds are growing. So we want to stay in front of that. I'm still throwing the chug bug just to see, because it is a little shady over here still. The sun hasn't hit this point yet. So I wanted to throw this top water just in case there's some activity. And I haven't caught a fish. I really haven't had a top water bite over here yet. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that top prop, or the whopper plopper, and see if we can't get something to bite. All right guys, so I threw that top, or the chug bug around. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the whopper plopper around, and we're going to see as soon as I get this untangled here. Okay, so we got that untangled. We're going to throw this whopper plopper a bit, see if they want something moving faster. But you got to watch the weeds on this as well. Like I'll show you guys right here. One weed on this whopper plopper, and it's the only bad thing. One weed on it, and it don't run right. All right, guys, stay with us. Got nothing on this whopper plopper yet either. Sun's hitting this point pretty well though. But I may try the drop shot out here in a little deeper water. Just trying to find out what the heck they want right now. I was picking up largemouth out here yesterday on the Senko, and I caught a couple on the pig stick as well. But we are going to try the drop shot, guys. Stay with us. Alright guys, we're trying to drop shot now. It's a little weedy out here, but I'm a little bit deeper, so there isn't as many weeds. So we're going to just try to do this drop shot on this point in here a little bit, in this deeper water. And then we're going to go back down the way we came, and we're going to throw the Senko in them shallow areas. I could feel the rock, and I could feel some weeds here, so hopefully we get a tap or two doing this. We'll see what happens. Stay with us. Got a little tap. It was a little one though. See it hitting Won't commit to it. Small one. For sure. I was bumping it. There it is again. Alright guys, well, I threw the drop shot all the way down to this point. So I'm going to throw the Senko and we're going to go back down. We're going back down the way we came. Because I want to go over to that wall over there. And see if we can't catch something. The guy wasn't at the wall. He was actually to the right of it. He's fishing the weeds. Flipping, I think, and pitching. So we're going to go down that way. And we're going to work this shoreline again. Back down through. And see if we can't get something with the Senko. We did get little bumps with the drop shot. But nothing. No big takes. So we're just going to work our way back down. We'll go through that shady area again along that shoreline. And we'll see if we can't pull one out of here. And then I'm thinking I might change up, put a crankbait on the one. And I don't know. I'm going to keep the frog on. But I have another rod that I might flip with a bandito bug. So we'll see. Stay with us. Alright guys, so what I did was I put the bandito bug, green pumpkin, on, and I put the 6 cents, I believe this is the Invader, small crankbait on my mid crank rod. So we're going to try those out. And I did that because of that wall over there where they were feeding. This is sort of like a shad, bluegill / pattern. So we're going to see how these work, but we're going to work this edge again in the shady area on the way down. I'm going to throw a Senko and probably that bandito bug. So stay with us. All right, there's one, guys. Little one. All right, we got one on. About a 10 or 12 incher. So there's a couple in this shaded area here. Let's get this out of there. Come on. Just hooked right at the top of the mouth there. All right. Here we go, guys. Little baby. Okay, let's get it back in there on these edges. He was tucked up in there pretty good. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, he was tucked up right in that little pocket there. There's another one, guys. Little baby. Another little one. Little guy. They're on this shaded area. We're going to keep throwing, working our way down to that wall. Okay, so this dock and this wall right in front of me, guys, is where they were stacking up yesterday. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw the Senko on that wall. I got the crankbait, I got the bandito bug, and then I think I'm going to slide in to this corner, and I'm going to throw the frog as well. So we're going to start out here a little bit deeper than we did yesterday, actually, because we were really in there. And then Ace got hung up on that wall and we moved into the wall, but we still caught fish after we went in there. So I'm going to ease into this spot here and see. And that wind's blowing into here, so, but it wasn't, the wind wasn't blowing this way yesterday, so we're going to see. There's weeds out here, so. But I might creep down this corner and then I might throw a frog back in that corner, because I haven't threw too many frogs in that corner this year yet. All right, see that little duck? That's about the area we want to be thrown to, right where that duck is. And then I'm gonna skip some under that dock as well. But they were pushing golden shiners against this wall over here last night. So I guess, you know, they could be gone, but I'm just saying they were schooled up in here last night, one after another. So we're gonna throw here for a little bit, and I'm gonna move down into there, and I'm gonna throw a frog in that corner and see if there's anything in there with the frog bite here. So stay with us. We're just gonna keep plugging at it, but I don't know if you could see that watercolor. There's a pretty good algae bloom here this week. So fighting the conditions, just finding a couple in that shady area. But the water is cool enough where, you know, if the sun is a factor, that would be the only thing I could say. I don't think it's the water is a factor right now. So we'll see what happens. All right, so I got the Senko. I'm putting the Senko down right now. We're gonna do the pink frog in here. We got some wind blowing into here. Plus I want to catch one on a pink frog. So we'll see what happens. Had a couple blow-ups on it yesterday, but I didn't catch one on this pink one yet, so we'll see. Pink might not be the color, but it's bright enough, but the color of the water is what I'm looking at, and it's almost like a pea soup, but there's a little bit of there's a lot of an algae on top, and in the open water you can see your lines from where the frog is. So we'll see what happens. Pink frog looks good. It's a matter of getting a hit with it. I had a few blow-ups with it yesterday, but nothing worth talking about, I guess. All right, so I hit that with the frog, the pink frog, and I think I'm going to switch up to the white frog today. I got the brown frog on. That's always going to stay on. But I'm going to go around this bend here. I'm going to fish this point here again with this wall. And then I'm going to go down. There's some wood that's on the side of this this shoreline, this bank here. So I'm going to hit that. We're going to make our way down, and we're going to see what's there. All right, I just had a little bit of a bump here. I got my eye on that where it was at, so I'm going to throw it back in there and see if I can't get him to bite again. I don't know how big it was. It didn't seem too big. And you guys can see the wind is at my back here blowing into this green stuff. Now you can see all this brown foamy weeds. That's where you can tell that they were spraying. So I wanted to come back in here with the wind blowing in here to this green mats and see if those fish are back in here. Because sometimes that water will get filtered. Well, most of the time the water gets filtered the deeper you move into these weeds. So, but it's really, really tough. It's like pea soup right now. So we're gonna see if we can't get a bite in this deeper into the thick stuff here. So stay with us. Hey guys, no luck back in here. So we're gonna go down. I'm gonna stop throwing the frogs for now. We're gonna pack up the boat here. We're gonna run down to the other end of the lake because I want to see the difference in the water down there. That's more of the outflow. So we're gonna take a trip down to the other side of the lake just to see. I'm gonna throw down there. There's some pads and things down there too. So we're gonna go down to there and see if we can't get any bites down there. Stay with us. All right guys, so I come over to this point here. The water's still kind of dark, not as bad, but dark. I'm throwing a 6 cents crankbait right on this point just to see if I can get any active fish moving. And if not, we're gonna go to the drop shot on this point Senko, all the basics. Try to see if we can't get something on this side. Water's a little bit better, but not much. I think I want to be about right here. Here's a hit. A lot of little ones tapping at it. All right, well, we've hit just about everything on this. So we're gonna just go down to the pads and see if we can't get a frog bite. Stay with us. All right, guys, that's it for this part of the video. We're gonna continue the video later. You saw I just caught a couple dinks in the shade early this morning, but nothing's biting. I don't know, we're gonna have to figure them out here. Nothing's biting in the pads, nothing's biting on the edges. So we're just gonna go in, get something to eat. We're gonna come back out and try it again later. So stick around, we're gonna have another half of this video, so we'll see you in a bit. All right, good morning, guys. We're back out on the lake. This is the next day from when we ended this video during the middle of the day yesterday. We're gonna go out, we're gonna try to get on some fish, but like I said, it's tough. We didn't finish the video last night. We actually went live, and it was another tough live. So we're gonna get back at it, and we gotta try to see what's going on. We're trying to stay up with it, try to keep on the fish, but not too many big fish, a lot of little dinks. So I got a couple more spinning rods set up this morning to go a little bit like more finessey on them. I have a Texas rig worm. I got my Senko, and then I have my drop shot, and then I still have my other rods as I usually bring in. So we got about 9 or 10 rods out here, so we can throw a little bit of everything if we have to at them. We're gonna go out, go to a few spots, see what's happening this morning, and hopefully we get on a few today, so stay with us. All right, guys, we're starting back out on this point. I started out a little bit deeper today. I want to see if they're in, anywhere from between 12 and 14 foot. So we're gonna see this morning. Got a couple people out here fishing. Got somebody about 200 or 300 yards down the bank here where I was catching them dinks at yesterday. So we're gonna just work this point a little bit and see if we can't get on some fish this morning for you. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I wanted to show you this new bait that I'm using. It's from Rabbit Baits. It is called the Fox Shot. It's like a leech style lure, but it actually has actual rabbit fur on the tail. It's a natural rabbit fur. This is like a green with black flake. So I'm gonna put this on my drop shot and try this. But if you wanna check out Rabbit Baits, I'll leave that in the description. So go check it out, and I'll leave a link in the description. We're gonna try it out and see how it works. All right, guys, so I've been throwing the drop shot with the Mismo. Then I had that Rabbit Baits Fox Shot on, and I was getting nothing but just little hits just from the smaller fish. Didn't catch anything. So I went back to my Senko and I put some bait fuel on it. I had some bait pop on the Fox Shot, so I tried the bait fuel with the Senko here, so we'll see what happens. Missed one, guys. Little one. Right around this log. Let's see if we can't get him to bite again. He was pretty small. All right, I think we got one on here, guys. Yep, there's one. All right, little one again. These are the only ones we're catching, man, are these small ones. Okay. Smallmouth. All right, just work our way down here. We'll see what happens. There we go, guys. Another little one. Lost my Senko. So there we go, right there, guys. Anchor right here. Get the Senko up. give you a little shot of that little 8-incher, 10-incher. All right. Let's see. He took my O-ring and my bait, so we're gonna get back at it. There's another one, guys. I think it's a little bigger. Yep, a little bigger. All right. He is a little bit bigger. He's about a 11-incher. But we're on to something a little bit different. Threw right at that log. So we're going to keep going. Keep throwing at these little logs in the water. See if we can't get a bigger one. And we're hitting these shady areas now on the lake. See if there's any fish and want to get out of the sun. Oh, I missed one, guys. A little one right on this corner. I'm gonna throw it right back in there, see if I can't get him. See what it was anyway. It hit it and ran out to deeper water. I thought it was a bigger one, but it was a small one. Yeah, just some little ones are hitting it right. As soon as it hits the water, those little ones are hitting it and just letting it go. All right, guys, I just got all discombobulated here. We just had a nice blow up right here, so we're gonna try to throw again and see if we can't get something to, see if we can't get him to bite again. He come out, he wanted it too, so we'll see. Man, it was a good one. He chased it out. I thought I saw the wake, so we'll see if he comes back. Yep, he missed it. It was the first nice blow up I've had. And the wind's blowing into this, so maybe he'll come back, I don't know. All right, I put on the white frog because it's so bright out. And I'm throwing all these mats and just one big giant mat, but all the wind is blowing into here. So I had that one nice blow up over there, but nothing since. But I'm just gonna work my way down this area and see if I can't get another strike. So I was throwing the white for a while and I threw the brown and I just had a hit. So we're going to try the brown for a little bit. All right, guys, well, that's it for the day. I may go back out with the kids, do some pan fishing because the big ones aren't biting. So basically this video is about a dink fest. Nothing big was hitting. Ace had a nice one on the other day, but couldn't get on any big ones. So we caught a few, but they were all small guys. So if you haven't, please consider subscribing to the channel. Turn your notifications to all so you can be notified when we upload new content and do giveaways. And like I always say, take a kid fishing or hunting. We're going to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And we will see ya.